The title of my story is I Raised Everyone, but no one raised me. It's quiet in the house tonight. Too quiet. I sit here at the kitchen table, the one I've wiped down 1,000 times, staring at the cake I baked this morning. It's my 68th birthday today. Chocolate with vanilla frosting just the way I like it. The candles are still in the drawer. I didn't bother lighting them. Who would sing anyway? The clock ticks on the wall. It's past 9 now. I told myself not to wait, but here I am in my old robe, the one with the frayed hem, listening for the door. Or a phone call. Something. My son Alex promised he'd come by after work. "We'll celebrate, Mom," he said last week. His wife Sarah even mentioned bringing the grandkids. Little Emma and Jack, they're 7 and 5 now. I haven't seen them in weeks. Life gets busy, they say. But the driveway stays empty. No headlights sweeping across the curtains. No little feet running up the steps. I pick at the frosting with a fork. It's sweet, too sweet maybe. My hands tremble a little. Not from age, not really. From this ache that's been growing inside me for years. How many birthdays have I spent like this? Waiting. Hoping. I think back to when the house was full of noise. Kids laughing, running through these rooms. My husband Tom calling from the living room for another cup of coffee. Me in the kitchen, always in the kitchen, making sure everyone had what they needed. I gave them everything. My time. My dreams. My strength. And now, this silence. You know that feeling, don't you? When you look around and wonder if anyone really sees you anymore. If all those years of giving meant anything. Have you ever sat alone on a day that should matter, wondering where everyone went? I don't cry easily. Not anymore. But tonight a tear slips down my cheek. I wipe it away quickly like someone might catch me. Let me take a breath here. Let me tell you how it all started. How a young woman full of hope ended up here, in this quiet kitchen, with a cake no one came to share. It began many years ago, when I was just 22. Newly married to Tom, bright-eyed and believing that love and hard work could build anything. We met at a small diner where I waitressed after high school. Tom was a mechanic, strong hands, kind smile. He came in every morning for coffee and eggs. One day, he asked me out. Simple as that. We married young. I wanted a family right away. Tom did too, I think. Or at least he went along with it. Our first home was tiny, a 2-bedroom rental on the edge of town. The walls were thin, the floors creaked, but it was ours. I made curtains from old sheets, planted flowers in the window boxes. I loved making it feel like home. Alex came first. Oh, that boy. He was loud from the start, crying through the nights. I walked the floors with him, singing softly until he slept. Tom worked long hours at the garage, so it was mostly me. I didn't mind. Holding that little bundle, feeling his tiny fingers wrap around mine. It was everything. 2 years later, Lisa arrived. Sweeter, quieter. She had my eyes, people said. Dark hair, curious gaze. With 2 little ones, the days blurred into feedings, laundry, playtime in the yard. I quit waitressing when Lisa was born. Money was tight, but Tom said we'd manage. I stretched every dollar, clipped coupons, sewed clothes, baked bread from scratch. The smell of fresh bread filled the house on Sundays. The kids loved it. Tom was a good provider. He came home tired, grease under his nails, but he'd play catch with Alex in the evenings. Kiss me on the cheek. Thanks for dinner, May, he'd say. We had our routines. Mornings, I packed lunches, kissed them goodbye. Afternoons, kids home from school, homework at this same kitchen table. Evenings, dinner together, stories before bed. I remember the small things. Like when Alex scraped his knee falling off his bike. I cleaned it, bandaged it, held him while he cried. Mommy makes it better, he said. Or Lisa's first school play. She was a tree, stood still in a green costume I made from old fabric. I sat in the front row, clapping loudest. Neighbors called me the glue. May keeps everything together, they'd say at block parties. My own parents were gone by then. Mom passed when I was 19, Dad a few years later. No siblings close by. So my family, Tom, Alex, Lisa, that was my world. I sacrificed little dreams along the way. I wanted to go to nursing school once. Loved helping people. But with babies then toddlers, it didn't happen. Later, I told myself, when they're older. Financial stress crept in sometimes. Tom's garage had slow months. I took in sewing, mending clothes for extra cash. Never complained. That's what mothers do, right? Lisa started showing hints of independence early. Wanted to do things her way. Alex was protective, always watching over her. Tom and I had our moments. Arguments over money, or him staying late at work. But we'd make up. Hold hands on the couch watching TV. I felt needed. Loved even. The kids grew. Alex into a tall teenager, good at sports. Lisa artistic, drawing pictures that covered the fridge. I drove them everywhere. Practices, lessons, friends' houses. Cooked their favorites. Listened to their stories. Small seeds were there, maybe. Alex forgetting to call when he was late. Lisa rolling her eyes at my worries. But mostly it was good. Tom's health started slipping in his 50s. Back pain from years bending over engines. I nursed him, doctor's appointments, pills on time, special meals. He retired early. We lived on savings and his small pension. The kids were adults by then. Alex married Sarah, a sharp woman from the city. They had the grandkids soon after. Lisa moved away for college, then stayed for a job in graphics. The house got quieter, but I filled it with visits. Babysitting when needed. Holidays full again. I thought it would stay that way. But life shifts slowly, doesn't it? Little disrespects. A forgotten thank you. Plans changed last minute. I pushed them down. Family first, always. The changes came gradually, like clouds gathering before rain. First, it was small things with Alex and Sarah. They moved to a bigger house farther away. For the kids' schools, Sarah said. I understood. But visits dropped. I'd call. Come for Sunday dinner? Sorry, Mom's soccer practice. Or Sarah's family is over. I kept inviting. Kept cooking extra, just in case. Then Tom's health worsened. Heart issues. Hospital stays. I was there every day. Cooking soft foods, sitting by his bed. Alex came sometimes. Sarah less. One day, in the hospital waiting room, Sarah said, "We can't always drop everything, May. We have our own lives." I nodded. Smiled. But inside it stung. Tom passed 3 years ago. Quietly, in his sleep. The funeral was small. Alex spoke nicely. Lisa cried on my shoulder. After, they helped clean out his things. But soon, back to their lives. I was alone in the house now. Loneliness crept in. I'd garden, read, volunteer at the library. But evenings were long. Then the bigger hurts. Alex needed help with a down payment for home improvements. I gave from Tom's life insurance. "We'll pay you back," he said. They didn't. Not yet. Lisa got promoted, traveled more. Calls became texts. "Love you, Mom." Grandkids' birthdays. I sent gifts, drove to parties when invited. But my birthday last year? Alex forgot until I mentioned it weeks later. Sarah started commenting. "May, you should downsize. This house is too big for one person." I loved my home. Memories in every corner. But they pushed. Think practically. One key scene. Christmas 2 years ago. I hosted as always. Cooked for days, turkey, pies, everything. Everyone came late. Kids on devices. During dinner, Sarah complained about the food. "Too much salt, May. Watching our health." I apologized. Changed the subject. Later, overheard Sarah to Alex. "She needs to modernize. This old stuff." Felt like a guest in my own home. Another scene. My minor surgery last year. Knee replacement. Hospital called Alex, he was emergency contact. He came, but Sarah stayed home with kids. Post-op, I needed help at home. Lisa flew in for a weekend. Alex brought meals twice. Then, "We can't do more, Mom. Work is crazy." Hired a nurse for a bit. Paid from savings. Felt abandoned. Then the breaking point approaching. This summer, Alex announced they're moving farther, for his job promotion. Across the state, Mom. Better opportunities. My heart sank. And the house? You should sell. Move to a senior place near us? Or here, but smaller. They wanted me to sell my home. Move into assisted living. For your own good, Sarah said. You shouldn't be alone. But it felt like pushing me away. Dialogues hurt. One night on phone. Mom, be reasonable. We can't check on you all the time. Alex, I raised you here. This is my home. You're holding on to the past. Inner pain. I thought, is this what it comes to? After everything? Health scare. Fell in the garden. Bruised badly. Called Alex, no answer. Neighbor helped. That night alone, the loneliness hit deep. Major turning point nearing. My birthday this year. The one where no one came. That's when it broke. And here, my dear listener, I pause for a moment. Because I know I'm not the only one who's felt this. Have you ever felt like the giver who never receives? Like you poured your heart into your family, only to feel invisible later? Have you sat alone, wondering if your sacrifices were noticed at all? Would you forgive a child who forgot you when they no longer needed you? Or have you been the child, busy with life, and only later realized what your mother gave up? Many women carry this quietly. We smile, we say it's okay. But inside it aches. Have you ever felt like a stranger in the family you built? Or feared growing old alone? Even with children? Tell me in the comments if you're comfortable. Your story. Did you feel unseen? Or did you wake up one day and see your own mother's pain? We all need to hear we're not alone. Because motherhood teaches us to give. But it doesn't always teach us to ask. Or to expect. Reflection. I learned too late that giving everything doesn't guarantee return. But it doesn't mean we stop loving. We just learn to love ourselves too. Now let me go back. To that birthday night. That was the night I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the woman staring back. Tired eyes but still kind. Every mother who gave her youth, her dreams, her strength, and wonders if it was enough. This is for you. There comes a moment when the silence in the house speaks louder than any words ever could. I raised them with open arms, but when I needed arms around me, the room was empty. Sometimes the hardest part isn't the giving, it's realizing no one was keeping count. That birthday cake sat untouched, like all the love I baked into their lives, waiting to be tasted. I was the root holding the tree steady, but when the storm came, no one sheltered me. Women like us. We build homes with our hearts, only to find ourselves standing outside the door one day. After that birthday, something shifted in me. Not anger, not right away. More like a quiet awakening. I left the cake on the counter overnight. In the morning, I wrapped slices and took them to the neighbors. They smiled, thanked me. Small act, but it felt good. Giving to someone who appreciated it. Days passed. No calls from Alex or Lisa. I didn't chase. Instead, I started small changes. Joined a senior book club at the library. Met women like me, widowed or distant families. We shared stories over tea. Laughed even. Took a painting class. Always wanted to try. My hands, once busy with diapers and dishes, now held brushes. Colors on canvas. Messy, beautiful. Then the confrontation. Alex finally called. Mom, you okay? Heard from neighbor you had a quiet birthday. I was calm. Yes, Alex. Very quiet. Guilt in his voice. We got busy. We talked. Really talked. I told him how I felt. Not yelling. Just honest. The loneliness. Feeling pushed aside. He listened. Sarah too on speaker. They apologized. Promised visits. But I knew words weren't enough. Lisa flew in soon after. We walked in the garden. Mom, I didn't see. I was caught in my life. We cried together. Reconciliation came slowly. They visit more now. Grandkids overnight sometimes. Alex helped fix things around the house without suggesting I sell. Sarah even said, this home suits you. Not perfect. Some old hurts linger. But I learned the big lesson. I raised everyone. But I forgot to raise myself. To nurture my own heart. Women, listen to me. You are more than the giver. Your sacrifices are sacred. But they don't define your worth. Don't wait for others to raise you up. Find your own strength. Build your own joy. Love your family, forgive where you can. But love yourself first. Age with grace, with hobbies, friends, purpose. You're never too old to bloom. And if you're feeling invisible now, reach out. To a friend, a group, even here in comments. You deserve to be seen. To the tired mothers, the lonely grandmothers, the women who gave everything. You are enough. Just as you are. And one day you'll sit in your kitchen not waiting, but full. I raised everyone. But now I'm raising me. That's the truth I hold now. Thank you for listening.